Welcome to the channel, welcome to another video. I'm going to be talking about, do you really need four-wheel drive for the winter? And my experience with owning a two-wheel drive Ford Ranger. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like the video to help me out. And I'll tell you guys about if you need a four-wheel drive truck. But that said, I drive a Ford Ranger two-wheel drive, and I don't have that many issues. I have 33-inch tires on my truck, so they're pretty big and wide. And you know, sometimes the slush will make me go all over sometimes, but you just have to be careful with that. And putting sandbags or weight in the back really helps you out with, you know, getting up to speed and just keeping traction in the back. The short answer to if you need a four-wheel drive truck during winter is yes and no. Yes, because it depends on where you live and the conditions of that area that you live in. While no, if you live in a warmer climate area and you don't get as much snow or ice during the winter. But if you get a two-wheel drive or even four-wheel drive truck, I recommend taking off, like if you have bigger tires, take them off, because once you hit slush, you start pulling. Who knows what way, it just does it on its own, and there's not much you can do about it. So if you still have the stock tires that are skinnier, like I do, I had the stock tires that came on this truck and rims, and they're like super skinny compared to these. So that would kind of cut through the snow instead of plowing through. So I think that would help a lot more, especially with getting grip and with having big tires. It flings up a ton of stuff like slush, salt from the road. Flings all of that up on your truck. Like I washed this thing 2 days ago maybe, and it's already dirty again on the, you know, the fender wells or the wheel wells and fenders. All of that is covered in slush and salt. So if you want to save money by not going to the car wash all the time, take off your big tires. And the only time I really have issues with this truck during the winter is speeding up sometimes up hills, slowing down a little bit, or making... The only issues that I've had with this truck are making sharp turns or going up icy hills, which some people might have issues with, but that could also be because of my wide tires in the front and the back. But with owning a two-wheel drive, it might be more fun because you can do donuts, drifts, and stuff in the snow that you might not be able to do, you know, during the summer. And yes, if you have a two-wheel drive truck or rear-wheel drive, you might want to focus on the road a little bit more. It can be a little bit more dangerous, especially if you live somewhere with harsh winters or a lot of ice and snow. And I don't drive that much during the winter, or pretty much all the time throughout the year. I just drive to school, work, and sometimes to my buddy's house or something. But that's it. That's all I drive. I've had this thing for 4 months. I only put 1,500 miles on it. Not much. Gas mileage is kind of lower because of the tires and the lift, but I mean, it looks better, so I don't really care that much. And with a four-wheel drive truck, you might have to replace other things that a two-wheel drive truck doesn't have. Not sure what those things would be, but if you do your research, you can find out the pros and cons of owning a four-wheel drive versus a two-wheel drive in the winter. And if you're trying to buy a truck You don't know if you want 4-wheel or 2-wheel. Just kind of depends on your budget and what truck you're looking at. Like Ford Rangers, like this year, they go around for 11 with 180,000 miles just because they have 4-wheel drive compared to 2-wheel drive. Like, I bought my Ranger for $8,000, 2-wheel drive. If for some reason finding a 4-wheel drive truck might be a little harder than a 2-wheel drive, probably just because of the price and more people will buy the cheaper option rather than the more expensive. So you might have an easier time finding a 2-wheel drive. So keep that in mind while you're looking too. You might have a harder time finding a 4-wheel drive, and it'll be a little bit more money to purchase it. So a lot of it just depends on if you have the money or the budget for it, and if you want to have that peace of mind during the winter. If you can see, I put sandbags. I think in total there's 6, which adds about 300 pounds in the back. So that'll give you a little bit more grip. Oh, and yesterday I put on the shift knob that I got. Apparently Ford is really stupid and you have to pull up on it and it's pressed on. So I had to heat up the old one and take it off, which took forever. But finally got it off, put this one on. The old one was like a gloss black plastic, which I didn't think matched with the other plastics that were black in this truck. So I switched out for like a matte finish. And I think it looks way better. It would have been so much easier if they just made it twist off like every other car. But nothing you can do about it. It's just how it was made. And I will make sure to update you guys on any parts I get, or maybe what I will get, just so you guys kind of know behind the scenes or the videos, and then you know what's coming and what the future videos will be. Now we are still waiting on some parts. I still have the carbon fiber side skirts that still have to show up. They'll probably be here in like 2 weeks. And who knows, maybe more parts that I'll buy later on throughout the rest of winter. And speaking of parts that might be showing up, or what I might buy, they make helper springs for the leaf springs that go on the bottom, I think. So I might buy those. Those are like $80. And this truck sits kind of like squatted, so that would level it out once we take out the sandbags. And it'll raise it 1 inch because the front is a little bit higher than the rear since I lifted it. So thinking about getting those. I've had other people comment about getting them because it helps with the max weight that you can put in the bed, and just makes it so when you have weight in the back it doesn't squat. So probably gonna get those, not sure yet, but definitely at some point. But that's all the information I have on if you should or shouldn't buy a 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive truck. So I forgot to show you guys our progress on the goals for this year. So I'll go home, show you that, and talk about the Focus a little bit. And actually, I'll talk about it right now. Luckily, there's only like a month and a half of winter left. And that's when I plan to bring out the Focus and start driving it again. And that's probably when I'll be uploading all the videos on all the parts that we have for it. And I wanted to know, would you guys like it in like a series with multiple videos, or just have one with all the parts over a course of like a week of me working on it and modifying it? So let me know in the comments what you think about that, and I'll try my best to figure out how I will do that and make that video or videos work, and try my best to get those videos out. But yeah, and once winter ends, I'm gonna do probably another paint correction along with a clay bar on this truck, because the paint, I think the clear coat might be a little thin, so it gets like scratches really easy. Like one time I rubbed the door with my thumb and it was clean after I washed it, and a bunch of scratches showed up from where my thumb wiped across. And so probably a paint correction to fix all those, and just little stuff here and there like that to make this truck better, or look better, drive better, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on the Focus and the Ranger so far, and upcoming things. But I'm gonna go home, show you guys the vision board and the progress so far in each goal that we have. And if you guys want me to make any YouTube videos on other like talking subjects for now, just comment down below, and I'll try and make those videos for you guys. Alright, so for the goals on YouTube, we just hit 65 subscribers. We had 10 in like 2 days, so that's pretty good. TikTok, we're at 1,127. Instagram, 115. That's kind of more personal right now. We have like 2.5 jobs, doing like part-time somewhere. But yeah, that's the progress on the goals so far. So I'd say not too bad for YouTube. I'm definitely trying to get more of you guys to subscribe and stuff. But I think that's gonna be the end of this video. If you haven't already, subscribe and help me reach my goals. But anyways, this is the end of the video, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe.